Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on Sonal's life. Now, before you say something like, Sonal, your outfit's the same as the Dontaku review that was posted a few days ago. Correct! I am filming both videos on the same day, but on a completely different subject. We obviously had the Dontaku show, and we've also had the All Together show, which was a collaboration between New Japan, Noah and DDT. Whether I reviewed it or not will depend on if I can watch it, because New Japan hates certain territories like the UK and Australia and are not allowing us to watch it live. However, let's move on to that because we are coming up to one of the busiest times of the year and one of my favourite times of the year, and it is the Best of Super Junior. Now that is, I guess you could say, the junior equivalent to the G1. It is a tournament, 2 blocks, wrestlers from every faction from different companies, all wrestling for a shot at the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion show at Dominion. Now, for me, the Best of Super Junior is very close to my heart because when I started watching New Japan in 2018, I watched shows quite sporadically, but the Best of Super Junior that year was the first full tour I dedicated to sitting down and watching every show. So, like I said, I've got a soft spot. So I'm going to look through all the participants, the blocks, and my probably very wrong predictions, because in the 6 years I've been watching New Japan, last year's G1 was the first time I'd ever got any predictions right. So let's get going. Okay, so we're going to start systematically. We are going to start on block A. Now we have some amazing wrestlers and I'm going to go through them each. So we have El Desperado. He is multiple time IWGP Junior Champion, multiple time IWGP Junior Tag Champion. He is one of the most loved wrestlers in New Japan and a staple of the junior division. He always performs quite well in these tournaments. He's never gone the full route. He is the guy that you can always rely on to have really good matches. And I think that this year really, again, I don't think he's going to be one of the top guys in it, but he is really someone who is going to cause some problems. He is going to get some upsets. He is going to fight his little heart out, because remember, there is no Master Wato this year who, spoiler alert, he would have been my pick to win. But he is going to do it for Wato, and there will be some, I'm looking at the list of names and I'll mention this after. There are some really good matches in this that I can expect from Desperado. So that in itself is a great way to kick off. We then have Kevin Knight, another guy who sadly has not been in Japan as much as we would like. He obviously trained in the dojo. He has had some success as junior tag champion with Kushida-san. But I think this is going to be his tournament to really show off. I don't know if this is going to be you're going to keep hearing it. But for me, this year's Best of Super Junior is really for the young upcomers. There are so many new and young names, and I think Kevin Knight is one to watch in this. And they're going to work a bit methodically. So we're going to look at some of the younger guys. So we have Kosei Fujita, who is making his debut, I guess, in the Best of Super Junior as a fully fledged member of the roster and of the Mighty Don't Kneel. And we also have Blake Christian, who is making his debut. So we have seen him in the past. And then also Hayata, which will be very interesting to see. Obviously, he was a very last minute entrance. He's from Pro Wrestling Noah. Now, these are 3 guys who are all going to be trying to make their own impact. Fujita obviously lost out his chance to have a title shot when he faced Doki at the show in Taiwan, I believe. Blake Christian is someone who will be out to wanting to show himself to the crowd. He will be out there to prove his worth, similar with Hayata. Hayata, actually, he has been wrestling for many years. He's a very well-loved wrestler. However, for New Japan fans, he might be something new. There are a lot of people who are very excited to see him in the ring. We then have some veterans. So we have Titan. After narrowly missing out on last year's tournament, obviously against Master Wato, he is going to be looking to represent LIJ and to showcase his talent, because he is extremely agile and fast and strong. And he is going to be joined in that block by fellow Los Ingobernables de Japón member Bushi. Again, Bushi is one of those guys that I think he's had his time at the top and he's quite happy with where he is on the card. But he will always put on great matches. He will cause spoilers. And again, it'll be interesting to see his match against fellow Los Ingobernables de Japón Titan, who was also his tag team partner in Super Junior Tag League last year. We then have TJP, who is obviously coming in as the captain of the Empire. Now, he has a lot to prove, because while the Empire is not known to have a leader, he has put himself as the captain. And while everything seems to be okay in the boat right now of United Empire, they'll want results from the guy who is meant to be leading them. Okan lost his title. Jeff Cobb won the television title. It's now time for some of the juniors to bring back gold after Catch 22 lost the titles. Could it be TJP's year? He has probably more experience than most, 90% of the guys in this tournament. So he is definitely one to watch. And he has not only in the past year wrestled juniors, but he has wrestled heavyweights. He's been in the New Japan Cup. So that might be perfect experience for him. We also have Clark Connors, who is the current IWGP Junior Tag Champion. He's going to have a massive target on his back. But by God, he has been slaying, oh God, that's a weird word to use. He has been owning it during this past reign, his team with Driller Maloney. He is the perfect hybrid athlete. It's very similar to guys like Taiji Shimori. He is fast, he is strong, he is agile, and he is the perfect heel. Like, remember when he used to team with Taguchi? It's the same skills and the same ability to capture the crowd, but in a very heel persona. And talking about a heel, we have the master heel, Hita, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, who is making his, well, he is back in the tournament again. And it's interesting. So I always love seeing Kanemaru in these. He has caused upset after upset, year after year. However, for once I'm not that excited, because he is a member of House of Torture. When people join House of Torture, it seems they lose their ability to wrestle well. And sadly, that has also been the case with Uncle Nobu, who in the past was known for his very underrated style. So fingers crossed we can get something good out of Uncle Nobu, because he is amazing. Now, looking at this, matches I'm looking forward to. So obviously Interfaction, Bushi versus Titan. El Desperado versus his former tag team partner, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. There is so much heat. Remember, Kanemaru probably was one of the reasons Despy lost his title to Sho. Then, during Narita versus Moxley, I'm laughing because I watched it this morning, Desperado came to Moxley's aid by basically hitting Sho and Kanemaru over the head with a piece of a table. Clark Connors versus anyone, because while you're all fighting for a shot at the IWGP Junior Championship, Clark Connors has a target on his back with that title, and he is going to have to put on his A game. And I'm going to mention this later on. One of my early picks and one of the people I'm most excited to see is Fujita. He has always had so much potential, and I think out of any excursion in a very long time, his has been the most satisfying to watch. He's been in America, he's been in the UK, he's been in Australia, he's come back to Japan, he's teamed, he's got wins, he's got losses. I'm really excited to see what happens. Now, I've just realised before I go on to the next block, there is one major omission this year. Obviously, Yo is still injured, but it is Ryusuke Taguchi, who has been in this tournament more than any man has ever been in the Best of Super Junior. However, due to a bike accident, this I think is his first year in like over 15 years that he's not been involved. So sending all my love and prayers to the Funky Weapon, and hopefully he gets well soon, because I'm going to miss the Arseman in the tournament. So yeah, Block A is very packed, but so is Block B. Starting off strong, going to the list, Kushida. Multiple time champion in every way. Travelled the world, been in so many companies. He's not had the best of runs so far. It seems like when he was teaming with Kevin Knight, he was the weak link. And he actually wasn't even meant to be in this tournament. He was a replacement for Yo. So Kushida is going to be out to prove himself, to prove, one, why was I not one of the first choices as one of the veterans in the junior division? And two, with my losing streak, I need to prove that I am still one of the best. And on the topic of losing streaks, the next participant, Hiromu Takahashi. 3-time Super Junior winner, multiple-time tag champion, multiple-time singles champion. Again, has also been on a very rocky road recently. Whether it's picking up losses against Doki or in tag matches, Hiromu has not been the same since he lost his title at Wrestle Kingdom in January. But if there's any place for Hiromu to make his comeback, it is the Best of Super Junior tournament. It feels like the same every year. My boy Doki, he might have failed to take the title off Sho because of House of Torture shenanigans, but Doki is getting better and better and better. He has captured the hearts of so many people, including my own. As you can see, he's on the wall in the center position where Jay used to be. Jay is, as you can see, he's there, but Doki has replaced him. Doki, again, I've been on a podcast and I will probably post it when it comes out. I was talking about Doki, and what I love about him is his ability to combine his amazing in-ring offense with emotion. When he gets on the ring, he puts his heart on the line, and sometimes it can be a downside because it can overwhelm him, but everyone loves him, and I think that this tournament could be the year, because the last 2 years he's been getting points better than his debut with 2, but still not gone into that upper tier, so maybe this year could be the year with that confidence. We then have Francesco Akira, Catch 2-2, one of my favourite wrestlers. Phenomenal, so young and so much potential. Now it's interesting, he's in a different block to fellow Empire member TJP. Could people be doubting him because of his lack of experience? Could it lead to a all Empire final or semi-final? It will be interesting to see, but I love seeing Akira's confidence grow, especially since the cage match. We've seen another side to him, and again, another really loved star. We then have some amazing veterans. So Taiji Shimori, Robbie Eagles. 2 guys who are actually like amazing in the ring. Ishimori is one of those guys that even though he's Bullet Club, he tends to not really focus on the cheating and stuff. So you get some really nice matches. He is strong, fast, agile. Robbie, again, has been wrestling for years, longer than I even knew wrestling was a thing. And he always puts on amazing matches with his more ground-based submission style. Like, the goggle he wears, it's not just like for fun of it, it's because he takes a body part and he targets it. Balancing these out with some of the new guys is going to be really good, because we have Driller Maloney, who obviously not new, but I think it might just be his second Super Junior tournament. Driller is someone to look out for. Obviously, second half of the IWGP Tag Champions. He's probably the biggest guy in this tournament. He is on the cusp of heavyweight. Like, if I was the New Japan office, I'd probably weigh him. You know, similar to the whole Shingo Takagi fiasco. But he has really come alive in the junior division, because I remember seeing him in the UK. And when it was announced he was doing juniors, I was like, Driller? But he is perfect, because he is now the most formidable force in this. With his reign as junior tag champion, with the destruction he can cause, like coming out like fucking Rambo, you know, with the long hair, it's gonna be great. And we then have some new guys, so people that you might be aware of, but I am not. Ninja Mac and Dragon Dia, I think. I think it was Dragon Dia was a replacement for Taguchi, I believe. One of them was. But I always like it. I love this about the Best of Super Junior. They bring out people from different companies. I'm surprised that there's less CMLL representation. But the fact we're getting people from, like, I think it's, is it Dragon Gate? Noah, like, there are 2 guys from Noah, actually. It showcases that people want to come to the Best of Super Junior to showcase their skills. They want to go against some of the best juniors in the world, and not to be biased, but the best junior division in the world. The one that has always been so strong. And the final entrant to finishing off this block is the IWGP Junior Champion Sho. Sho. Now, he's obviously House of Torture. His last few defenses have been riddled with either Yo getting injured or cheating. Sho is an amazing wrestler. Anyone who liked him Roppongi 3K era will know that. Sho will have probably the biggest target on his back, because remember, if you pin Sho in this block, you get a title shot whether you win the tournament or not. But then you'll have to watch out, because there will be people protecting Sho. Will it be Kanemaru? Maybe, maybe not. Remember, they're in separate blocks. Will we see members of House of Torture? It will be interesting to see whether we get the show that we all knew and love, or whether the House of Torture shenanigans continue. Now, let's have a look at matches I'm looking forward to here. Taiji Ishimori versus Robbie Eagles, two veterans. They used to be tag team partners, if anyone remembered, in Bullet Club. It's always great to see them in trial. Two veterans with very similar styles in the sense of they can be high flying, they can be fast, they can also work on the mat. I'll always look forward to seeing any of the new guys, because these are first time matches in so many ways. Doki versus Francesco Akira, two of my special picks, two of my favourites. I think, while they're very different in age, they both have very similar standings. It's like they can do it, they are amazing. They just need to push themselves, and they are getting the crowds behind them. Driller Maloney versus, which one is it? Taiji Ishimori. Interfaction, Bullet Club versus Bullet Club. Now obviously, Ishimori is one of the guys, along with Chase Owens and Kenta, who hasn't set an allegiance to War Dogs or House of Torture. They can blend in with both. So it'll be interesting to see how it works, because again, remember, although Ishimori actually doesn't have a partner anymore, he'll probably fight at any chance to get that junior tag belt. And that might mean sacrificing a fellow opponent's, or like his fellow Bullet Club members' chance to win the tournament in general. It'll be interesting to see where they place this on the card and what the ranks are, and whether this match might impact one or the other's chances of winning. Remember, we've got to get onto the predictions, right? I'm not actually sure how it works. I feel like it might have winner of Block A versus semi-final Block B, and then vice versa. So I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm just going to say who I think is going to win. And this has been, I've had this in my mind for quite a few months. So I think it was last year, maybe at the start of the year, when Kosei Fujita was ready to make his return. He said he wanted to become the youngest ever IWGP Junior Champion. And he said that that cutoff point is after Dominion. So it means that for Fujita to, I guess, achieve his goal, he would have to win this tournament. And after narrowly missing out on a chance at the recent show, because he was obviously beaten by Doki, I think this is the perfect chance. And also, after seeing Tsuji get the win in the New Japan Cup, I really feel like New Japan is getting ready to push the younger stars and bring New Japan into a new era. So yeah, I'm going to go for Kosei Fujita. It's his first year, he's just out of the dojo, so it's a risky pick. But when have I ever gone the safe route when it comes to it? Except for last year's G1, because I think everyone and their dog knew Naito was going to win. That is my look at the best of Super Juniors. It is one of my favourite times of the year. Last year's tournament was phenomenal. For many, it was the standout of the year, and I expect this year to be the same. There's only 2 House of Torture guys you've got to look out for. So I think the quality of wrestling is going to be out of this world. But obviously, let me know your thoughts. Who do you think is going to win? Like, you can tell me your winners, who you think is going to win each block, the matches you're looking forward to the most, and what storyline you think we're going to have. You can let me know in the comments, on social media at wrestling_chat. And while you are there, remember to hit like, share this video, and hit subscribe. We are getting into a very busy month. It feels like there is event after event after event, and I will be there covering it all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the tournament. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!